What is going on, SoFi fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. I want to give you a good breakdown of what the hell is happening to SoFi. We had amazing Q3 earnings, very optimistic around that point. We did even hit a high of $6.50 that day, and one day later, we are now $5.12. So I want to give you a good breakdown of what the data is saying and potentially where we can go from here. Before I get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, is always greatly appreciated. But let's get right to it. So market is tentatively closed as of right now. We did close down 10.65%, and yes, that is absolutely mind-blowing. 106 million for volume, so that's definitely a very positive sign. 41 is the average, and 21.9 million shares being purchased by institutions on the secondary market. So if you do coincide that with the dark pool transactions, that's a very positive sign. So this is all the transactions just today alone from the dark pool. So again, that could be seen as a very positive thing, but I'm going to touch on what this might have also alluded to. So this is all the transactions, so a pretty significant amount, almost 250. And the most recent one happened after hours, 7.09 million. So definitely a very positive thing. Let me know your thoughts on that. But keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence at the end of the day. And one thing that I feel is really coinciding with all this volume from the dark pool is something that hasn't happened with SoFi in quite some time. And this is in relation to shorts. Shorts really came in with blood, just wanting to completely destroy SoFi. Short score is currently 69, utilization is 84.57, and looking exactly what happened today, they increased their position by 3.08 million shares, bringing the total short interest to 12.99. Still relatively small in comparison to what we were. We were around the 25% range, give or take, around 3 months ago, but still they were really entering in, and hopefully it doesn't show signs of what might to come. But definitely over the last little bit on a lot of other growth stocks as well, shorts have really flexed, if you want to call it that, and shown exactly who is in power. Especially more so, shorts are piggybacking off a lot of the other external fear, such as Powell. So there was that decision, so 75 basis points came in as expected, but like I've been talking about as far as what Powell might say, he did have a aggressive tone. So we do anticipate a lot more interest rate hikes coming in the future, and he just basically disregarded if there is going to be a possible recession. So definitely something to potentially worry about. It is very beneficial though for the bottom line, SoFi, when interest rates do go up. But like I said, Powell is really wanting blood, similar with shorts, and shorts are piggybacking off of all this fear. So it's a very bad spiral effect right now. And if you do look on a lot of the technicals, we were looking very, very optimistic. So unfortunately, we broke below not only just the 50-day moving average, but that central Bollinger Band. So a double whammy today. And over and above that, looking at momentum, number of retail investors were completely just out. They were not wanting to get into SoFi. Seeing 10% down is going to scare even the most experienced investors. And stochastic, you do see that big deviation starting to occur now. So red line above the black showing a bear sentiment is really wanting to ingrain themselves. So the fact that we are now in the lower percentile of the Bollinger Band, tomorrow will be a very good telltale sign to see exactly where we go. But the fact that we are in the lower percentile as of right now does indicate that we might be trending down. And coincidentally though, we were very hot. So looking at stochastic, we actually reached around 88 or around 80, around that range. So we were very hot, very hypothetically overbought, if you want to call it that. So we did need a little bit more cooling off. So if you do couple that whole situation on how we needed to cool off with Powell and shorts taking advantage of Powell, it's just a very bad recipe for disaster. And that is basically where we are. One positive thing that did come from the Q3 earnings though is they did say that the options activity is going to be by the year end, so Q4. So that's a very positive sign. This was posted by Tanner, and it goes to show exactly how productive and efficient options activity is. As I've been saying in a lot of videos, a lot of people like to say that investing and whatever aspects and cryptocurrency are very beneficial, exciting stuff, but coming from a broker standpoint, options activity is night and day. So options activity makes a massive amount of money. This is actually one of the biggest revenue bases on investing, plain and simple. So definitely let me know your thoughts on that. But Robinhood definitely was able to capitalize on this auction. So hopefully SoFi is able to really push past that and get this out there very fast. They did say it is in the current beta stages right now. So hopefully, like I said, that does come out very soon. We did get some analyst ratings. So when it comes down to the fear, like I've already touched on, there was Powell, there was shorts, there's also just the technicals are a little bit more negative. We also got some analyst ratings, which hypothetically are typically very optimistic and bullish. But let's break this down. So we did get two today. So Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley, our friends at Morgan Stanley, they gave us a $7 price target. Goldman Sachs gave us a $7.50 price target. Previously, it was $8.50, so they did give us a downgrade, as did Morgan Stanley. So Morgan Stanley was $7.50, so they lowered us down, like I said, to $7. So we got two analysts that did give us ratings. Both downgraded us. Completely mind-blowing. Like, we had amazing earnings. So in case you guys missed it, 61% member growth. Member growth in general is that X factor. So this drives absolutely everything. So more members, more products. More products up 69%. More members, more deposits. Members are the X factor, and we got them a huge increase. So definitely very, very positive for the underlying business. But it seems as though, just putting in a picture form, I see a building, but everywhere around this building is completely burning. And this is a very good representation of what SoFi is going through. So their underlying business is doing a lot of good things. Just everything around it seems to be very much against SoFi. So coming from an investor standpoint, plain and simple, it sucks. I'm still very much bullish on SoFi in the longer term. Just short term, you always want to have a very positive sentiment. And when it comes down to the technicals, especially more so growth stocks, you need them to hold some level of gain to some regard. So the fact that we're just going down, especially post Q3 earnings, it just sucks. And now that we're getting very close to that $5 range, you are getting a lot more people on Twitter and StockTwits to start talking about reverse stock split. So that might be coming in the foreseeable future. We don't know at this stage, but still, I like to stay optimistic. And fundamentally, looking at the Q3 earnings, like I said, it was very, very good. Just everything around SoFi, it just seems to be catching on fire. So let me know your thoughts on SoFi in the comments below. Want to know your comments on this. So the two analyst ratings. So Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs. Hypothetically, analysts, like I said, are very optimistic and very bullish for whenever we do get ratings. But the fact that they downgraded us on our such amazing earnings, it's just mind-blowing. So let me know your thoughts. I'm very curious to see what people are thinking about with that. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. It's always greatly appreciated. If you do like my channel, want to support the growth, take a look at my memberships. Link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on SoFi.